What if losing everything was the only way to find true freedom? That question became reality for a young man in ancient Sinope. Diogenes was caught counterfeiting coins. He lost his citizenship, his wealth, and every possession he owned. But instead of despair, he discovered philosophy. Exiled and disgraced, Diogenes believed that freedom meant rejecting society's values, wealth, status, reputation. He chose instead to live close to nature, with nothing but a cloak, a staff, and a small bag. He wandered through Greek cities year-round. No baths, no cooked food, no comforts of technology, only radical simplicity. He wasn't silent. He mocked the powerful. He teased strangers. He even performed his most private needs in public. People called him kyon, a dog. They meant it as an insult. He embraced it as truth. Dogs live free of vanity, free of wealth, free of masks. His followers became known as Cynics, dog philosophers. Stories of his defiance spread far. When Alexander the Great offered him anything, Diogenes replied, "Stand out of my sunlight." That answer captured the essence of his radical freedom. For nearly 900 years, Cynics carried his legacy. The Stoics admired him, but softened his ideas to fit society. Others accused the Cynics of hypocrisy. Yet the spirit of Diogenes never disappeared. Rousseau, Nietzsche, even the counterculture of the 1960s, each echoed his rebellion. But Diogenes' power was not only in rejecting wealth, it was in refusing to let others define life itself. He turned shame into strength, insult into identity, poverty into power. His life forces us to ask, if comfort, wealth, and recognition can vanish in a moment, what remains of us? Perhaps freedom lies not in what we own, but in what we can live without. Even today, his lantern shines as a symbol, searching for honesty, stripping away illusions, confronting uncomfortable truths. Diogenes reminds us that real courage is not to conform. It is to live authentically, no matter how the world reacts. And in a modern world filled with endless distractions, possessions, and expectations, his voice feels louder than ever. Every advertisement tells us what to desire. Every institution tells us what to believe. But Diogenes challenges us to resist, to step outside the noise, to see clearly what actually matters. Whether you agree with him or not, his story still speaks across centuries, and it challenges us all. Don't blindly accept what the world calls valuable. Ask yourself, what if cynicism wasn't strength, but a hidden kind of pain? Cynicism often looks like strength. It can sound bold to claim that nothing matters, that ideals are foolish, that everyone is selfish. Cynics say the system is corrupt, that success is impossible, that goodness is only a mask for vanity. Why try when failure feels inevitable? It's hard to argue with them. There will always be examples of greed, of hypocrisy, of cruelty. But what defines a cynic isn't their argument. It's the reason they need the argument. Beneath the surface, cynicism hides something fragile. It isn't pure wisdom. It is a shield against pain. Cynics disappoint themselves first, so the world cannot disappoint them later. They expect nothing because hope has already betrayed them once. This stance doesn't come from insight, it comes from wounds. A trust was broken, a parent left, a humiliation cut too deep. So the cynic builds a fortress of contempt to protect themselves from longing again. But they don't reveal this. Instead, they talk loudly of corruption and greed. They construct theories about politics and economics. What they don't share is the story of how much it hurt to hope. That's why cynics are never fully cynical. They are recovering dreamers, people who once cared too much and now fear the cost of caring again. We often try to debate them, to give counterexamples, to insist not everyone is corrupt. But this is cruel, because cynicism is not logic, it is protection. It is a survival strategy, born in moments of pain. What cynics truly need is not argument, it is kindness. Kindness that can soften defenses, kindness that may help them risk hope again, hope for trust, hope for meaning, hope for fulfillment. Cynicism is not the end of the story, it is a scar that longs, quietly, to heal. And maybe this is why cynicism feels so familiar in our modern age. A world of broken promises, of failed institutions, of leaders who betray the very people they claim to serve. It's easy to believe the cynic is right. But hidden underneath every cynical remark is a secret desire, a wish for honesty, for integrity, for love that does not collapse under pressure. Every time a cynic mocks hope, they reveal how much they once needed it. Every denial of meaning shows how desperately they once searched for it. The harshness of their tone is only equal to the depth of their disappointment. So, when we meet a cynic, the challenge is not to silence them with proof. It is to see the wound beneath the armor, and to answer not with arguments, but with patience. Because the most radical thing we can offer a cynic is not debate. It is the simple, difficult gift of compassion.